Well, as the campgrounds went on fire that day, Sheffey got very worked up, and so did Eliza. They ran up a hill, and as they were running, Eliza fell and had a massive heart attack and died a few days later. Robert was severely depressed and upset. He couldn't hardly function anymore. Right before his death, we learned that a young man came to him and wanted to confess to him about the fact that he was the one that started the fire. And he said, I'm sorry, and you can never forgive me. And Robert told him, I already have. I did it right after that happened, with God's help. Because of the attitude of Sheffey himself, the young man became saved. Now, we talked about his rudimentary beginnings. We talked about all the way up until he went home to be with the Lord. It gave us a wonderful biography with a vivid description of his life, and the last scene, per se, of his life. A lone woman approached the now isolated coffin of Robert Sheffey. She shed tears, then she smiled and dropped a white rose onto the casket. We can rejoice with Robert and the angels that Lady Nick had finally given her life to Christ. Amen. And have a wonderful evening.